Well, good morning to it is game day for the IU Hoosiers. They are looking to make history. This is video of the first time the Hoosiers ever played in the Rose Bowl, and this is way back in 1968. They didn't win, but they are hoping to get that first national title in Southern California today. Welcome in here to Sunrise at 6 o'clock on your Thursday. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Hopefully you had fun ringing it in last night. Unfortunately, you're waking up to, in some places, really a sheet of ice. So we're definitely going to have all things IU today, Rose Bowl, everything, but traffic and this weather, kind of a key thing this morning.
Yeah, we need to get to what you're going to expect when you hit the road. Maybe you've been with friends or family all night. Maybe you just were staying home, trying to stay cozy with the cold weather. As you're headed out the door, you're going to run into a lot of ice. It's a sheet of ice for some of us. Here's the thing. We had very small snowflakes at first and kind of this freezing drizzle yesterday evening, then some snow showers, and then temperatures are cold now. That's a perfect recipe to make very slick conditions. But here's the other thing. Treatment actually works pretty good. The salt is holding up. A lot of salt trucks are out there this morning. We've been monitoring them too. But in places where we don't have treatment, especially in some of these rural roads, they're completely a sheet of ice. Driveways, sidewalks, parking lots are very icy too. We were just looking at the road conditions throughout the overnight hours. Most of the snow was around Indianapolis and areas to the north and to the east, but we had a lot of mixing with this ice anywhere in this pink area, which includes most of central Indiana. This is where mainly our icy spots are this morning. So please, please, please give yourself extra time. And it's very hard to see because some of it's this sheet of ice that's so thin that you really can't see it as you're driving. Road just kind of looks a little bit wet. Those are the roads you really have to look out for. This is a loop of the radar overnight last night. We had the snow, but then we also had some freezing mist at times. It is super slick and icy. Right now, we're still watching a little bit of patchy mist. Most of it is exiting. You may see a couple little drops kind of hit your windshield, but we are actively wrapping it up. But anything that comes down has been freezing because we're holding temperatures in the 20s for many of us, now teens, farther to the north with that light wind. We'll probably stay in the 20s throughout the day today, but it is very slick. For example, look here in Connorsville. A lot of these are not wet patches, they're ice patches this morning. So you're gonna have to slow down and give yourself extra time, especially when you're coming to a stop and you have to make a turn. That's where things get really tricky. Now let's talk about traffic because we have several crashes across central Indiana. Most of them though are not on the interstate. Now, we've had some interstate problems. I-74 has been a big mess. In fact, right now, I-74 in the eastbound direction coming out of Lisden, Pittsboro, coming up to the Green Street exit there for the heart of Brownsburg, that's closed right now. It's also slow in the other direction too. We had a pretty big crash on 65 there by Greenwood. That has mainly been cleared up. But what you don't see are all the slide-offs and the crashes that are off the interstate. Now, some of the slide-offs are off the interstate, but some of our county roads, you know, a road that maybe just be 30, 40 miles per hour or so, we have slide-offs on those too. Road temperatures are very cold this morning. They are frozen, so give yourself extra time. I do want to let you know a little bit more about this Brownsburg crash and the shutdown. This is ice right now on I-74. Look how it gleams. So they've shut down the interstate there on the west side. So you're kind of looking to the north and west this morning, live in Brownsburg. This is what it looks like, Julia, downtown Brownsburg. A lot of that shining is the ice that's out there this morning.
Yeah, I certainly have to be careful. It was tricky getting in, Matt. Thank you. Well, we also want to let you know about a breaking news story this morning. IFD investigating this house fire. This is on Indy's east side. We're told this fire started around 4 o'clock this morning. So really just about 2 hours ago on South State Avenue and East Gimber Street. We really don't have many details about what happened here or if there were any injuries reported. Fire crews do tell us they're not sure if anyone lives in this home. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. All right, it is game day finally here. The Rose Bowl, and all eyes will be on Southern California as the Hoosiers take to make history. They will also be taking on the Crimson Tide for it. They will take the Crimson Tide for a chance to win that football playoff game. We have a lot this morning to help you get ready. Also a lot happening today in Pasadena. A parade, of course, other festivities, and then the game. 13 Sports' Dominic Miranda and Eli Gain kicked off our coverage.
Good morning from the rainy Pasadena, California. We'll hope the rain stays off for the Rose Bowl between IU and Alabama. Finally, we're done talking about it.
Yep.
2026 is here. The Rose Bowl is here. IU here against all odds. What a story for this program.
Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone back home in Indianapolis, Bloomington, Pasadena, wherever you may be. It has been an awesome year, and glad to share with my coworker here, Don Miranda,
Love it.
bringing you all the action, especially leading into this Rose Bowl game, the most prestigious bowl game that there is. It's the 112th Rose Bowl. It's the longest tenured college football bowl game that's been running. And you just look around. I know if you're not here, you can't see, but it is a sight to behold. This is the granddaddy of them all, and for good reason. So what comes with that? Well, the pleasure and the privilege to play here, and the coaches know that heading into today.
The Rose Bowl has a lot of tradition. I can remember as a little kid watching Sam Bam Cunningham jump over the goal line right back in the early 70s, I think it was, for USC. But this is a playoff game. You know, we're playing at the Rose Bowl. We played UCLA last year at the Rose Bowl. And I respect the tradition of the Rose Bowl. Been a lot of great players, coaches playing it. Getting ready to play a playoff game.
You certainly do appreciate what the Rose Bowl game has been about, over the years, and watching it over, when I was a kid, high school. I can remember, in college watching it as well, and just envisioning what it would be like to play in that game. Here we are.
And Dom, just like you said off the top, it's time to stop talking about it. Time to start being about it.
right.
Bama and Indiana, one of the most anticipated matchups in this college football playoff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
I would say probably one of the best matchups there is
absolutely.
at this stage in the college football playoff. We'll see if IU can get it done, continue the perfect season, one more notch on the belt. Big Ten champs, possibly Rose Bowl champs, national champs. A lot of people we talk to here say absolutely. So we'll see. Alabama, Indiana, we'll bring you the coverage all day. Keep it locked here on Channel 13. From here in Los Angeles and Pasadena, California, Dominic Miranda, Eli Gain, 13 Sports.
All right, guys, stay dry out there. Well, most of Indiana, of course, will be cheering on the Hoosiers tonight in the Rose Bowl. For one Central Indiana family, it's not only home state pride. Dominic also sat down one-on-one to talk with Lawrence North grad Omar Cooper Jr. As he prepares to play with the Hoosiers on the biggest stage yet.
This guy sitting beside me, Omar Cooper Jr., the Lawrence North kid here in California. Can you believe this?
No, I can't at all. It's a blessing to be a part of this.
It's pretty sweet, right? You're in the Rose Bowl. First of all, I got to ask you, how you feeling? Health-wise, we feeling okay?
Yes, sir. Getting better each and every day, almost 100%. So,
all right, so this opportunity that lies before you, all right? Alabama, huge in brand name. Hasn't stopped you guys this season, hasn't stopped you guys since Curt Cignetti has been the head coach of this football team and this football program. You're 13-0. You had a couple weeks off. How are we feeling about this matchup with Alabama?
for me personally, just excitement. Just growing up, I used to watch Alabama. Just seeing them go to national championship, seeing them dominate. Just so being able to play against them at this level has always been a dream of mine. So the fact that it's becoming true, just grateful to be in this position and just knowing that God does everything for a reason. So just trusting in that and going out there and make sure I'm having fun and not thinking too much about it.
To be representing Indianapolis and Lawrence North and to have IU in this position, obviously it's not yourself, but to be a part of that, how cool is that? I mean, you've been a part of a lot of teams here at IU, and to see the heights it's reached, how cool is that to represent your state, the flagship university in your state, the Rose Bowl?
Honestly, it's amazing. Just growing up, I lived in Indiana my whole life, so just being able to represent my hometown on this level is, again, like I said, a dream come true. And just, like, it's crazy to see how far we've come in 2 years. And just being able to be a part of that transition and still being here and being a key piece of the team is just a blessing.
Wow, excited for that young man. Well, of course, the Hoosiers are not the only Indiana representation in Pasadena. The Brownsburg Marching Band is also there. How exciting. So they will be part of today's Rose Bowl parade. Also in the parade, 9 Carmel High School students selected to perform with the Bands of America Honor Band. So you can watch that parade this morning here on Channel 13. That gets underway at 11 o'clock. And then you can take a look back at the Hoosiers incredible run this season by streaming our special starting at 8 o'clock this morning right here on WTHR, also on WTHR Plus. Well, Monday it is, of course, back to work for Indiana lawmakers. They'll be back at the State House to continue the 2026 legislative session. Now, one of the issues they'll be considering, cell phones in schools, a very big hot topic. 13 News State House reporter Emily Longnecker explains the proposed bill.
Yeah, the proposed bill would establish a near total ban on cell phones during the entire school day, something the 2024 law doesn't do.
Senate Bill 78 would essentially strengthen Indiana's current law. Right now, cell phones and similar devices like tablets and smartwatches are banned during class time. There are some exceptions for medical issues and if a teacher allows the device for academic use. The proposed bill would take it further and implement that ban for the entire day, not just during class. But like the current law, there would be some exceptions to the ban, like in the case for medical purposes. The Senate's Education Committee heard testimony earlier this month on the bill. At the same time, lawmakers were also considering whether to redraw Indiana's congressional districts. Much of the testimony was in favor of strengthening the current law, including from some parents.
I used to be a big believer in my children having their cell phones at all times, especially my daughter, who I wanted to be able to reach at all times during school to ensure she was safe and supported. But as I've learned more and I've seen the impact of cell phones on my children, myself, and our collective mental health, my thoughts have changed.
And the bill is authored by Republican lawmakers, but coming up later, we'll hear from an education advocacy group about what they found when they polled more than 600 voters across the political spectrum on this issue. In Indianapolis, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Hey, thanks, Emily. This morning, we're waking up to very icy, slick conditions. Some of us got kind of a wintry, mixy mist, and some of us got some snow. Everyone's waking up to something different. Coming up, I'm going to let you know when all this is out of here and when maybe some sunshine will break out.